Oh, no, 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 no. Where is the music? God. Uh-huh. I'm supposed to have some music here. All right, all right, all right. Well, welcome to Counsel of the Day with Shanrae, and I am Shanrae. I'll need something give me one moment. I am supposed to have some music here, and it's not playing. All right, here we go. And let me know if y'all, those that are logging on, let me know if you hear the music. I do not own the rights to this instrumental. I do not own the rights to this instrumental. I do not own the rights to this instrumental. Okay. All right, all right. Well, welcome to Counsel of the Day with Shanrae, and I am Shanrae. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. I see Aunt Sharon Cooper on. I see Deborah Smith. It's so good to see you all, and we're gonna move this along. Let me present this, and I'm so happy because this week is dedicated to my parents, my parents that raised me. And tonight I have my Aunt Wanda and my godmama on the line this evening, and we're gonna just jump right on in. This has been a bless. They have been such a blessing to me in my life. And again, welcome to Counsel Today with Shanrae. I am Shanrae. Before we get started, I need to do my website disclaimer. So here we go. Please be aware that due to the nature of technology that I am using, there can be no assurance of confidentiality when using this online service. It should also be noted that due to changes in policies, all replies are to be used as advisory and informational only and will not constitute an official determination. Information provided by myself, other counselors, or religious leaders are subject to the limitations of current and available material, but the final responsibility for successfully achieving a goal rests with you, the individual. Information online is designed to be helpful. However, this information does change frequently, and it is recommended that the individual, the client, will consult another physician, a specialist, or a religious leader to aid in your overall behavioral wellness. And so, you all know that I am a Christian counselor. I'm a degree counselor. And so, my scripture for this month has been from Proverbs 3:27, the Amplified Version. And it says that do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, its rightful recipients, because when it is in your power to do it, do good. I'm going to say that again. Proverbs 3:27. And it says, do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, its rightful recipients, because when it is in your power to do good, do it. All right. So, um, y'all know I have to give my definitions. I got to get my definitions for the month. So, homage. Homage is a noun, and homage is a special honor or respect shown publicly. So that's what the definition of homage is. Now, parent, it is a plural noun. So the definition for parent is a father or a mother. That's number one. Or number two is to be or act as a parent to a child. So that's what a parent is. As we see tonight, that's why I said my Aunt Wanda and my godmama, they're my parents too, because they helped raise me from birth on up, all the way to adulthood and then afterwards. Then help my children, help raise my children and my husband too. So, um, so we're going to move on to a tribute to parents. I'm going to do a little bit of reading. I got to give you a little bit of the research that I have, and then we're going to move forward. We're introducing and letting you hear and talk to my Aunt Wanda and my godmother. All right. So a tribute to parents says it might sound pretty simple, but it is one of the toughest things to do. being a parent, saying thank you to your parents. What exactly will you thank them for? Your entire existence? I mean, where do you even begin? It's truly overwhelming, right? So we all know that they do a lot for us, but we tend to overlook and take things for granted without realizing the sacrifices that our parents had to go through bringing us up. We could not thank them for the little things one at a time rather than everything at one time. So, of course, there is an unfortunate truth that not everyone had or has awesome parents. But if there was someone in your life who acted as a guide, a safe haven, or simply someone to turn to when you were in need, then thank that person too. He or she deserves it. And there are probably many reasons to thank your loved ones. But here's a list with few good starting points. Number one, for them letting you be a child when you was a child. A lot of children in this world will never really get to be children. So to be free to imagine or to play or to have no worries. And that's the sad reality. So if your parents did everything that they could so that you could be carefree and happy as a child, thank them. Number two is your parents helping you to mature. So, and I'm going to move this along. I'm sorry. Um, so helping you to mature. Thank your parents for helping you. Helping you to make those first steps into adulthood. You must realize now that growing up is hard. So when you're young, you're allowed to make as many poor choices. I don't believe in mistakes. It's a mistake, but poor choices because your parents are there to catch you when you fall. And these are not on here, but I'm going to read these because this is very imperative. And this is again a tribute to the parents. So your parents help you through your teenage years. Okay, so just look at the teenagers around you today. Keep in mind that you are once as pesky and juvenile as they were. Imagine what poor parents had to put up with for years, or what your poor parents had to put up for years. Excuse me. The rebellious period, the sudden burst of temper, they had to deal with all of that. Number four is your parents helping you do your homework. Think of relearning all the dreadful math formulas, algebra, quadratic equations all over again. That's what your parents did when they had to help you with your homework to get you through high school and different things like that. Number five, it says that your parents gave you a lot of attention. Okay, so imagine the trivial and repetitive topics that you talked about to your parents when you were younger. Even as adults, they had to entertain you, even though they probably had no interest replying at all. That's love. So, without further ado, I had to give y'all some of the research about parenting, and these are longitudinal studies. The research here. I am going to open this up. And I'm going to unmute my Aunt Wanda and my godmother. Yeah. I want to start with my Aunt Wanda. Aunt Wanda, could you please address the people?
No, I just wanted to be here. I didn't know what she was going to do.
Woo. Aunt Wanda?
Yes.
Okay, you want to say hello to everybody?
Hello, everybody.
That's my Aunt Wanda, guys. That's Aunt Wanda. Okay. So now my godmother, tell Daryl, you all in the camp, but it's okay. He can stay in if he wants. Daryl, get a chair. You can stay in if you want to.
No, I'm just being sure my mother is okay.
Okay.
She needs to say hi. Tell her to say hi.
Yeah, Ma, say hi to everybody. Yes, this is Godmama, everybody. This is Amantha Johnson, aka Godmama. So I am so elated and so honored to have them on with us tonight. This is such a blessing. Before we get started, we're talking about some things. I actually created a brief presentation. And here we go. I'm gonna run through some of these. So give me one moment, guys. So this is, again, my godmother, Amantha Johnson, a.k.a. Godmama. And I have known her my entire life. I mean, just my entire life. This is my Aunt Wanda. I have known Aunt Wanda my entire life. We used to live together. And we're going to go into all of that, but this is my Aunt Wanda. I wanted to show you all a couple of more things. Listen. This is my Aunt Wanda and my godmother. They made sure that me and Dupree's wedding, everything was perfect at the wedding. This is us back in 1993, guys. Godmama, Aunt Wanda, me and Dupree at the wedding. This is Godmama and Aunt Wanda. They were introducing the wedding party as they were coming into the reception area. This is back in New York, back in 1993, guys. I also had, well, let me keep going. Okay, again, this is Godmama and Aunt Wanda, still introducing the family members. One of the bridesmaids coming in at the reception. Y'all see how they've always been making sure in my life, making sure that things were smoothly, and even down to giving me away to Dupree. This is Aunt Wanda making sure that the cake was right at the wedding, that everything was cut nice, and that I didn't smush the cake too bad all over Dupree's face. You see, she was behind me. She was about making sure everything was good. I was so nervous, y'all. I was so nervous. And then here's Godmama. Godmama and her crew, they the ones that catered the reception. They made sure that all the food and everything was just awesome. And then, again, this was back in 1993. When I say that they have been such a huge staple in my life, oh my gosh. So we're going to open this up. We're going to open this up. So I'm going to start with Godmama. I'm going to start with her. Godmama, again, she is my godmama. She's was there when I was a baby, was born, and helped mommy take care of me, and just always been in my life, and just helped make sure everything was good before I was married, after we were married. And then she's also our oldest son's Kai's godmama as well. That's the tradition in our family. So she's my godmama, and she's our oldest child's godmama. And so Godmama has always been like that undercover gangster. That undercover gangster. Everybody knows she smiles. She may be a little quiet, but don't get on her bad side. She turned gangster on you. I'm telling. And so I call her Ma. Ma has always made sure that everything was running smooth, everything was okay, that we didn't have to worry about anything. Make sure the children were, coming from New York to Atlanta for Kai's college graduation, and making sure the food was right, because we had planned it for months, and making sure that everybody was all right while we were there, because it was an all-day event. So we had to have enough food and everything for all day after he graduated college. And sometimes you get busy and you don't see everything. But Ma would be watching and talking, hey, get out that pot over there. She'd be watching and making sure everything was good. And when she came down a couple of days before, like how everybody just embraced her. Everybody already knew about Godmama. So when she came to church with us, people were saying, Cherie, don't worry about it. Go on and teach your Sunday school classes. We're going to take care of Ma. She going to be fine. We're going to make sure that she goes to her Sunday school class or whatever she want to do. So everybody has known, they've heard so much about Godmama so many years that they just, when she came around, it's like they already knew her. Even back in the days, I don't talk about this a lot on my professional set, but even when I worked with Mariah Carey years ago, whenever we had like these major concerts, like at all these theaters or whatever, when Ma would come, everybody knew who she was. They was like, this is Ma, this is Godmama. And they would just embrace her, and they would love on her. And they was like, we heard so much about you. It's like, we already know you. So like, she's my godmama, but she's like everybody's mama. Everybody's godmama. Ma, take it away.
I want you to don't forget Tay and your baby, because I could not have gotten all that food together. I think we must have fed about 200 people that night.
Yes, you're right.
When you had your album come out, oh my God. They just said sit down and just said you're gonna be a Pontius sister today. They helped me so much with washing pots and putting stuff away. I can't forget them for helping me out. Kai didn't help me with the shopping, but he couldn't stay.
Right.
I just want to say one thing about It has always been a pleasure for me to be around you, and it wasn't anything that I wouldn't do for you because you've always been there for me. I've always been able to talk and not hear it 2 weeks later different from what you said, what I said to you, because I have to come with you with some things. And I just want you to know I'm still going to be here for you.
Oh my Lord.
And I'm very proud of you.
Oh.
And 2 years after you stopped singing with Mariah Carey, her mother invited me to that Christmas party. Godmother, you have to come. You have to come. We are going to pick you up and take you to the island. I went in a limo. I was so proud of them. I'm so happy.
Yes, guys, I'm telling you. Once you hear about Ma, but when you meet her, it is on like everybody that meets her, they're like, oh my God, that's Godmama. That's Godmama. Yes. Oh my gosh, that is so
everybody.
awesome.
You had everybody at church calling me Godmother. No, you can't stay with her too long. You got to go here. You got to go there. I didn't even have time to sit down and enjoy the service.
Yeah, they knew. I kept saying I have to make sure that Ma's coming to town, so we gotta make sure Ma's okay. And I was like, I was gonna try to get somebody else to teach for me. But they was like, everybody kept saying, no, don't worry. We got Ma. Go on to teach. Ma'll be fine. And so I said, okay, that's fine. And sure enough, and then they was bringing reports to me. Listen, Ma is now in the fellowship hall. And Ma's doing good. I was like, okay, all right. So when I came back down, Ma was already seated on the front row before service started. Did somebody get you something to drink or something?
Yeah, they were feeding me. There was another thing I wanted to mention when I did the walkthrough on Halloween night. Remember, I got stuck in Atlanta.
Yes.
Oh my God, that scared me to death. They don't know what a walkthrough is, but oh my God.
Yeah, it's
they had actual wrecked cars with bodies in them.
Yeah, they
Oh my God. That's for all the young people to drive safely.
Yes. It was at the church that I was attending at the time, Living Faith International, under the leadership of Pastor Chris Bowen. Every Halloween we would have like a Hallelujah Fest, and so the church it's a mega church in Forest Park, Georgia, and so they would decorate all of the rooms up and down in the church, and people would come in from all over Georgia, and they would walk through different scenes. They would have acting and different scenes, and they would walk outside, and it would be all kinds of car accidents and stuff like that. And it was a whole bunch of dramas that was acted out, and they would walk you through the entire church and on the land. And by the time, and then they would, after the end, they would offer if you wanted to give your heart to Christ, they would do that. And
that was quite an experience.
It was amazing. And I was a little nervous. I was like, Ma, you gonna walk through it? And she was like, yeah. They took her through it. They took her through the whole thing, the whole church.
I was a little frightened. And when they turned the lights on and all the bodies were over. But I thought that was quite an experience. That one.
Very lifelike, But Ma, she did every activity and enjoyed it. And then they kept coming to me, Cherie, Godmama's fine. She's fine. Don't worry. We got her. They would tell me who she was with. Godmama's fine. I said, okay, make sure she's fine. We making sure she's fine. I said, okay, all right. So it's been, everybody that meets Ma. Look, Dee Dee just said, Ma's a mess. She said, Ma is a mess. Dee Dee's on here tonight.
Oh, hi, Dee Dee.
Yeah, she said, Ma is a mess. Okay, so I'm looking at the time. I'm going to move on now to Aunt Wanda. Aunt Wanda. Look how she's looking. Aunt Wanda. So let me start from the beginning. Aunt Wanda, you want to say something before I get started?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Aunt Wanda, and like I said, these are my parents now. Aunt Wanda has always been there. We used to live together. When I was born, she was there when I was born. There was a lot of ups and downs, with mommy and my father and their marriage and stuff like that. There was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of ins and outs. But regardless of anything, Aunt Wanda has always been there to help make sure that we were raised with a full circle family. And Aunt Wanda, like I said, we lived together. She came in and we all lived together. She helped mommy raise us and take care of us. And they were on shifts with us because me and Kelly are only 18 months apart from each other. So that's very close. And then there's 5.5 years between me and Sakina, my late sister. But Aunt Wanda has always been there. Like, I mean, even when she was going through college, school, everything, Aunt Wanda, her and mommy was on shifts. They would drop us to daycare. They would, I mean, everything, pick us up. And then as we got older and we kind of moved to Far Rockaway in Queens, which is not the greatest area. But it, you know, we lived in Edgemere. I wanted to move to Far Rockaway, and she lived across the street from us. So one side of the street was Edgemere, the other side of the street was Auburn. But Aunt Wanda always stayed close to help mommy monitor us, to make sure that we was all right, taken care of, to make sure, you know, and I was the official babysitter for Aunt Wanda and the girls growing up. And Aunt Wanda, even down to discipline, to setting me straight. You know, it's not like I don't know what she could tell you best, but I don't think I was that bad growing. She could tell you better. Look how she looking. But she could tell you better. But certain things maybe I didn't have a good understanding about. And so I had a little attitude, you know, growing that tween stage that, you know, and mommy would say, go to Aunt Wanda's house now. And I'd be like, oh, shoot. I got to go to Aunt Wanda's house and what happened? And I would have to tell her what happened. And, you know, I have to tell her like most of the truth. I may not tell her the whole thing, but I'm going to tell her most of the truth and leave out some little itsy bitsy pieces. And by the time she finished talking with me, you know, it might have been a tough talk, but at least I got a better understanding about life, about different things. And she talked to me in ways to where I got it, even as an adult. I remember a few years ago I was at Aunt Wanda's house because everybody knows when we go home to New York, Aunt Wanda's house, that's where you're gonna have to catch me. And if everybody know I'm gonna be with Aunt Wanda at Aunt Wanda's house. So if they want to come in and visit, if Aunt Wanda says it's okay, which all the time she says yes, they're gonna meet us at Aunt Wanda's house. It's like a tradition there. You know, me and Keisha cook, and Aunt Wanda be like, all right. And so we try to get everybody in there by a certain time, and we fellowship and all of that. But I remember a couple of years ago, we were discussing something. And so I gave my opinion about this topic. And Aunt Wanda said, look, Sheree, you've been married your whole adult life. So you wouldn't understand about this, that, and the other. I don't know if I want to remember that or not. But when she said that, and this was only like a couple of years ago, I had to think about it from that perspective. And I was like, she's right. She's absolutely right. She's like, this is all you know. This is the only, and I was like, she's right. I don't know anything else because I have been married my entire life. I had Kai at 21. I got married at 21. And that's it. And I'm almost 50 now. And so when she put things into perspective, I had to think about it. And I said, she's right. So, Aunt Wanda, would you like to say something?
You're right. Sheree knows I'm not a talker. You know, I have been there for y'all from baby. Like I was telling Sheree how I used to drop her off at the daycare center, and I would take Kelly around the corner to Nana's house because it wasn't even open enough to go to be in regular school. And I was on my way I come straight home from college, pick them up, take them back to the house, take them outside. We would play, take them to the park, you know, and I'm a fusser. Sheree knows the little incident that happened. I had to, when her mother called me and told me that Sheree wasn't talking to her mother. And I don't know, it might have been about 11. She was slamming doors and wasn't talking to her mother. And her mother called me. I said, sit on over here. And I had her sit down and, you know, tell me what was going on. you know, and then I just told her, I try to keep it real to them at that age, you know, and I had to tell her, how dare you?
Yeah.
You know, I don't care, you know, how mad you get, but that's your mother, you know, and you never, and when we finished, I made her go home and
Yes.
apologize
Yes.
to her mother. And then I told her mother to call me to make sure, because I used to always tell him, you don't want me to come over there.
Oh my God.
That's the
Yeah.
last thing.
Oh my God, she's right.
But Sheree, no, I loved her. There wasn't nothing that I wouldn't do for her. When she met Dupree, there was just nothing that I would not do. But they know I'm gonna tell it like it is.
Yes.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell it like it is.
That's right.
I'm gonna do it as Grandpa used to always say.
Yeah.
With Christ-like.
Yes, she do. She do too. She was. I'm telling you,
I have to think about it, and then, you know, make sure the words come out correctly.
She did. She did.
But I love you guys.
Oh.
You know, Tay, that's my God baby.
That's right. Tay Tay is her God baby.
My God, that's my God baby.
And the grandbaby is gonna be her God baby too, because that's our family tradition.
Yes,
So little LaSalle is hers too. So.
Yeah. Those are my babies.
Yes. Yeah.
I won't do for them.
Oh my gosh. And so I strategically had Godmama and Aunt Wanda on together because from before marriage to marriage to each baby, every birthday party was between Aunt Wanda's house or Godmama's house, and with each baby. And then when we had Tandy, we wound up moving down here when Tandy was 8 months. So that's when things like shifted. But with every baby, every birthday, everybody knew if we were either going to be at Godmama's house or we was going to be at Aunt Wanda's house, and everybody would come together, and we would pull together, and the children. And I wish I could have put more of the pictures up there, but we would have been here forever looking at the pictures. And and I'm telling you, but Aunt Wanda, when we go home, thank God Aunt Wanda got all her pictures, and she be reminding the grown folk, this is when you was this age, and we, you know, with the parties. And I love it because Aunt Wanda and Godmother will work hand in hand together with everything. When the babies, you know, even down to well, at Grandpa's church years ago, they used to have a baby. What was it? A baby contest?
Yeah.
They used to have the baby contest, and so that's when Kai was born. So it was tough with the babies, but everybody knew that Kai was going to win between Godmama and Aunt Wanda. And
they said it was fixed, but it wasn't. You gotta keep fixing it.
They really did. They thought it was fixed.
What?
What did I say? Oh, Aunt Wanda, she's okay. She froze and she'll come back in a minute. But they did. Everything was. Aunt Wanda, what did you say? Because you froze a little bit.
I was just saying, Kai was the first baby. He won the first baby contest at Full Gospel Church in God in Christ. That's why they said it was fixed.
Yeah. They sure did. But it's, you know, Aunt Wanda and Godmama, they worked it. You know, you would have to work kind of like any type of pageant, like a baby pageant or anything. It was the same thing, but it was on a church level. And so I felt so bad because they were really saying that. It was like, it was fixed. We knew that Kai was going to win because he's the pastor's grandbaby, great and all. And it was not fixed. It was not. We did everything by the letter. And it's just the way it happened. It's just the way, even down to when Sakina got married. Oh my God. Ooh, her wedding, her reception, everything. The kids took over. Aunt Wanda, do you remember the reception there? Sakina's reception?
I don't remember.
Oh my gosh. The kids were about how long Sakina was, so she would be married 17 years this year. The kids were little. They was like 6, 7, like that.
Yes.
They took over the entire reception, but it was not bad though. They just was dancing and stuff. It was so cool. And they knew, they look up, they see Godmama. They look up, they see Aunt Wanda. It was just so beautiful. And even when Sakina passed, Aunt Wanda, oh my gosh, Aunt Wanda, because everything happened so quickly. First of all, that's my safe haven. I have to tell y'all, that's my safe haven. When I come home, I'm going to Aunt Wanda's. I'm going to her house. I can just kind of clear my head a little bit. She ain't gonna let nobody get to me. Really, only Godmama, really, only Godmama and only family. So I come in, and when I came in, we were overwhelmed. We had to plan the funeral. We had to plan it because of the circumstances. My sister's insurance company dropped her right before she died. She had been paying insurance for years, so we had to pull together, all of us, and we had to, within a couple of. I wonder how many days 3 days?
About 3 or 4 days. We had to come up with something.
We had to come up with. We had to pay for that funeral because her insurance company was dirty. What they did, and then so I remember being at Wanda's house, and it was so much going on. And I was trying to do some business, and Aunt Wanda walked in her dining area. She said, "You still up?" It was, I don't know what time it was. I said, "Yes." She said, "Go to bed now and get some rest." She said, "I know." I didn't realize what time it was, but she said, "Go to bed now." And I went to bed. And thank God I did, because I was at the point where I couldn't think anymore. And I went to bed. She made sure I slept. And when I got up, we started all over again. And so everybody the whole time was in and out of Aunt Wanda's house. I'm talking about people coming from Washington, D.C., coming from Georgia, coming from California. Aunt Wanda's house, I don't think she ever locked the doors. I don't think she ever locked the doors. And I was like, oh my, we done took over Aunt Wanda's house. Oh, and she never said nothing. We had all of the grandbabies was there. I mean, the house was full. And even down to the funeral and everything. And then the repast, they almost closed the doors of the repast where we were supposed to, because things ran over. They ran over like about 2 hours late, the funeral. And so I looked at Aunt Wanda at the funeral while we was at the funeral, and she looked at me and she was like, "Okay," like we would have had to have the repast at Aunt Wanda's house if they didn't, if they shut them doors. But thank God they kept the doors open a little bit, and we had to travel to where, so just everybody knows, they know Aunt Wanda, that's the house I'm going to. That's where we're all going, and that's where we're going to be. If they want to find me in New York, go down, call Aunt Wanda. You got to call first, make sure it's okay to come, and that's where we're gonna be. The kid, all the grown folk, and everything. What time is it? Oh, it's getting late. But I just wanted to show the people. Y'all want to know, what does this have to do with Counsel of the Day? Listen, and I am a degree counselor. Counsel is all about life, relationships, how you deal with life, how you deal with the real world. And me as a degree counselor, I wanted to show you all a little glimpse of my life and the people that mean the most to me in my life, how they have been helped me be my teachers. Mommy said, "Hi, Wanda." Mommy said, "Hi, Wanda."
Yeah.
Mommy's addressing a Godmama. She said, "Hi, Godmama."
Hi, how are you doing?
And so I wanted to show you all my family unit. I wanted to show you all this week, especially my parents, the people that literally they raised me. My Aunt Wanda, my Godmama, they helped raise me. They helped Mommy raise me. And you know how they say it take a village. Listen, these are my family. They helped raise me. They helped raise the children. They helped re-raise my husband. Okay, they had the both of them helped re-raise my husband Dupree from day one. Aunt Wanda, she's militant. Aunt Wanda was like, "Let me talk to you," and she talked to him. And I don't know what she said, because she pulled him to the side. And all I know is that when she said, "I like him," I was like, "Ooh." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh my God!" And then when when Mom met, Dupree and everything, and my god brothers, Daryl and John, her sons. And when they approved it, I was like, oh, I felt so relieved to know that my parents were okay with the man who wanted to marry me. That was a lot. That said a lot. And even down through the years, because Dupree and I will be married 27 years this year, they still, regardless of anything, they still love Dupree. That's their child too. That's they say it. That's my child too. So I wanted to give you all a glimpse of my life, some of the ups and downs, a lot of the growth periods in my life with my parents. And like I said, Aunt Wanda, she could tell it. I was not a perfect child, but I'm telling you, she was there and she would stay on me. And even as an adult, and correct me. No, that's wrong, Cherie. And I'm like, okay. I have to think about it that way because I know what they're saying is the truth. If they're giving me a different perspective about life outside of my bubble, I'm like, I have to respect their wisdom that they've been imparted in me. So I want to Dee said right. Dee said right, my Aunt Wanda. That's right.
Soon as this thing is over, tell them a prayer. I'll be coming to Georgia.
Okay, guys, y'all heard that, and Aunt Wanda's coming too. So
Okay.
when Aunt Wanda come, we're having dinner, guys. Everybody that's here in Atlanta, we're having dinner, so y'all can sit down and talk with Aunt Wanda personally. Okay, if it's okay with Aunt Wanda. She's smiling. Oh, my Aunt Judy said hello. Aunt Judy said hello.
Hello.
I agree.
So I just, again, before we end, Godmama, do you want to say something, address the audience for this evening?
What did you say?
Do you want to say something to the audience?
Say hi.
Hi. Hello. Okay, I want everybody to be safe, and we have to stick together. We're gonna get through this pandemic experience together, and we can only do it through prayer and sacrifice and helping each other.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm glad to see everybody.
Thank you, Daryl.
Trying to tell me what to say.
Thank you, Daryl. Aunt Wanda, is there anything that you want to say or share with the audience tonight?
No, be safe, everybody. Love you.
Okay, guys, Aunt Wanda is my Uncle Stephen, who was on Thursday night. This is Uncle Stephen. Aunt Wanda is his older sister. So this is how close the family is. So before we go, I'm going to go and put my website disclaimer, my professional one-on-one counseling. Give me 1 minute and I'm going to come back to my godmama and Aunt Wanda. So I am a professional one-on-one counselor. And if you're interested in professional one-on-one counseling services, please feel free to contact me via Facebook Messenger or at my Shanrae Price gmail.com. I am a lifestyle strategist, and my aim is to aid you in reaching your life's goals and your life dreams. And I have to put this up here. This is only for the viewers, So if you feel that this teaching has helped you in a positive way or blessed your life, please feel free to donate a coffee blessing to my Cash App, which is $Shanrae Price. This is only for the viewers. So, and before we go, I normally put, I want to put this thank you up, and then I'm going to pan back to us. So again, thank you for joining us tonight on my Counsel Today with Shanrae. And I believe what it says. I believe that all things can be better. That is my slogan as a counselor. I believe that all things can be better. So I'm going to pan back out of this here. But again, I am so honored to have my Aunt Wanda and my godmama on tonight. And guys, Aunt Wanda is very quiet. A lot of times she don't, just for her to come on tonight with us, I'm just so grateful. I love my Aunt Wanda. I love my godmama. I love them. Our grown folk love them. I mean, we just love that y'all have just always been there, and you just loved us unconditionally. And I wanted to share you with the world, with my world here. So I'm so grateful having y'all on tonight. Guys, those that are viewers that live here and those are close to me, when they come in town, Y'all know y'all coming over for dinner so y'all can spend time with Ma and with Aunt Wanda. But this has been Counsel of the Day with Shanrae. I want to say thank y'all again for everything, for viewing tonight. Thursday night will be the very last night for this segment, and then I will resume in August of this year. So Thursday night, tune back in because I'm going to have Mommy and Bishop on. But again, thank you so much, Aunt Wanda. Thank you, God Mama. I love y'all. And this is it. This is Counsel of the Day. Y'all stay on for a minute. I'm going to end. God bless everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in.